United Financial Group.
United Financial Group is a trust asset management company that invests into the development of new generation innovative drugs. UFG is the most advanced industries and technologies, including safe medicine and IT blockchain development. Our mission is to set up a well-balanced investment portfolio for everyone. United Financial Group. Invest with us and create your own future. Good evening, everyone. Our company is called the United Financial Group. The company has been investing into safe medical drugs of new generation, IT investments, and energy technology investments, as well as nanotechnologies. So apart from the projects that we are financing, we also look for new interesting developments that could be of interest for us, and we will also consider its funding. The medical line of activities of our company is made up of two products. The first is the Rusich balsam, already in production. It is going to be on sale soon, as well as, for the Rusich balsam, all the documents have been obtained 2 days ago. The certification is over, and all the documents are drawn up for our company, located in Krasnodar, and we are going to formalize all the documents for official sales. The astramelanin anti-tumor drug is being designed now, and there is no doubt that we are going to invest into the development of that medical drug. A month ago, we began negotiations with the owners and developers of that drug. There is a little delay now because the developer left to St. Petersburg for family matters. He's going to get back soon, and we will continue negotiations. The second line of activities is technology development, represented by ILA Blockchain 1. This is an IT development company that is that has its own core, and the ILA Messenger has been available for 3 years now. It is available in an app store, and an Android version would be available by spring. And group chats are to be released soon, and we'll probably organize our company chat in the ILA Messenger. As far as the technology, the Vortex oscillation technology company is coming on stream, and the last webinar was dedicated to that company. Quite a lot of data is available in our personal account, and there is the Vkontakte page about that company, and we are going to start funding of initial stage of development, and we will discuss in more detail the conditions. There is another set of negotiations with other developers, and this week there's going to be, or next week, the plan is to have another meeting, and then we'll have to organize other meetings. So the schedule is pretty tight. This is what regards a short presentation about our company. And now the news. You all see a slide on your screens, and it is about split of shares. It took place yesterday night, and there was an announcement about that 2 days ago across all our sources. For those who don't understand what it is, a split of shares is the increase of the numbers of shares or participatory shares in the market by splitting it. And the result is to reduce cost per participatory share and to increase the number of shares. No new shares issued. And now this is going to be explained to you in a simple way. Let's imagine a pizza. If we divide it to 10 parts, we have 10 pieces. It's the same split when one is being made up of 10 items. Only nothing changed, but only the appearance. There is an extra emission of participatory shares. When we do that, we issue new participatory shares. But split does not mean issuance of new shares. Why doing that split? The main idea behind it is to increase the investment demand for company participatory shares. The share is getting cheaper and the number is bigger, and this is a good incentive for potential investors. When you buy something for $100 and you see that he gets 10 shares per $100, and when he buys not 10 shares but 1,000 shares per the same $100, he has other emotions visually, and he feels like he bought more than he expected. Nothing changed, but it's a good advantage for the marketing. So you bought more, and that's the major task. Because the task at our company is not to provide funding for 10 years or so. The idea is to finish off funding as soon as possible and to finish off with selling shares. So that's why we are using different methods to increase that process. At the same time, this is more interesting for investors in terms of purchasing, and there are new vistas for the company that gives us more flexibility and investment control and management. So it's easier for us to control sales as well as bonus and marketing programs and investment packages. So there are two pluses both for investor and the company. As far as the world practice, is there anything like that in global companies? I would say that it's quite a frequent thing. Apple is a good example that has split its shares for 5 times now, and the last one took place this year alongside with Tesla Motors. Google, a Russian bank, and many companies do that split, and they do it to have a better and comfortable work. And not only work, but to trade participatory shares. This is split. If you have questions, we have a bookmark with questions on the top of your screen, so please write your questions there, and when I finish off, I will start answering your questions. Next topic, which is very interesting, is that we have made a contract today with a Russian developer of a unique product to purify your digestive system in your body. More information is coming. I'm not going to tell you the name of the product, but I tested it on myself a week ago, and I listened to a lecture on how useful it is and how necessary it is. So now I'm going to describe it a little bit. The working part of what kind of product is that? It is an open secret that the digestion system of a human being, the guts and intestine, accumulates toxins, bacteria and microbes that does not allow your body to be healthy. So it's sort of toxination of your body, and that product is unique. There is no analog to it now. That product purifies our intestine, and that is happening without any problems. You don't have to do any purge or swallow a zoned. We just dilute. We take a concentrate of a certain composition, certain components, salts and something else. So all necessary elements that would restore the microbial flora of your intestine. It is diluted in water, so it's in 4 liters of water, so we have to drink it up in the morning before meals. So you have to drink this amount of fluid at once, and that is cleaning your intestine pretty intensively. I asked the question, what is the difference between this way and any purge at hospital when you have your intestine cleaned? Pretty much the same, but there are few nuances, and my colleague explained it to me. He's a medical doctor. He used to work for Sklifosovsky Hospital in Moscow, the ambulance research institute, and he told me that a human body is organized like all products come into mouth and get out of our body through the other side, and this is normal when your product comes in here and gets off there. And when you make a purge, that process is disrupted because they introduce a product through the place that it should get out from, and this is wrong. And the liquid with all microbes should go up. Sorry, it goes up through your intestine, and all microbes go up as well, closer to your stomach. And this is the second point. The third point, a purge is capable of cleaning just bigger bowels or big intestine, because there is a membrane that is installed between the thin and the thick intestines, and a thin one is not cleaned. But in this case, we drink this solution. It is cleaning our stomach first, then small intestine, and then big intestine. And that product works well at any poisoning. So if you have food poisoning, you had some bad stuff, and people usually drink lots of pills to end up your life. So it's all those poisonings. A product helps out very well, better than any other drugs that are available in pharmacies, because it is flushing your intestine, your stomach, driving it out of you. There was an example at Sklifosovsky Medical Research Institute. There was a teenager who ate as many pills as I am showing to you. It was a bet with his girl, and he felt unwell. However, doctors put him back on track. He survived. After 2 hours of, cleaning, he again fainted, and they introduced 5 liters of water into that man, and they cleaned all the intestine and the stomach, and my friend told me that he saw just a ball of tablets that was compressed like that. But what happened? His stomach was cleaned, and all that chemistry went lower to the intestine, and the toxins still in the intestine, they are again absorbed by the blood, and that was the only way to revive him. So more information is coming, and next week it would be available in our shop. This is what regards a new product. We are going to launch in production a number of own developments for revival based on plant components. It's like a balsam which has a wide range of action, but there is another idea to launch products with narrow scope of work for heart or for other organs and for your vision. So there is a number of interesting developments that we have been trying to introduce. This is it on the news, and I am going to start answering your questions. Question 1. One participatory share is $0.01, so the dividends in February would not be lower than today's cost of participatory shares. Answer. The share is not $0.1. You saw that price in your personal account, $0.01, because the personal account was to round off 2 digits following comma. But after split, it's 4 digits after comma, and the participatory share price stayed the same, but we put comma 3 digits ahead. Our IT guy is doing that now, and probably today we would be able to show it in our personal account for you to see it, to have no more questions like that. Speaking about February dividends, there is no correlation to the price, $0.01. The dividends depend on sales only. Question. What is the price per share? Why it's not 0.02 or 0.03? I've just explained it. Now, we're not having issues with funding, isn't it? Alex speaking. Answer. No, Alex, we don't have issues with funding, but the more funding we have, the more opportunities we have. So when you start funding a project, the astromelanin, for instance, we need to buy equipment for production, and if we don't have enough funds for equipment, that's going to be a delay, just for your information. Do you consider artificial intelligence as part of your company portfolio? Question from Vasily. Vasily, not yet. No offers in that direction, but as far as artificial intelligence, we have not been using or trying to find AI. What is the difference between that drug and magnesium? I don't know what magnesium is, so I'm not going to answer this question. How well does the balsam sell? Answer: it sells not as fast as expected, but I think that we know how to boost sales, as we had no certification for the balsam and we could not make an open advertising for the product, as we have documents now and there is some delay by the documents. It's not our fault. It is not a disaster. Therefore, we will be getting ready for that. The second point is that we have been working out with retail chains in Krasnodar Krai. We started presentations on the balsam and on the healthy lifestyle, so we expect the balsam sales to increase soon. How much is a new product? If you mean the product that I have mentioned, the price is made up of one pack is 2,600 rubles. Ideally, if you do that for the first time, it's better to use it twice or three times. So one time, one pack, and 2 or 3 days between those treatments. What is the cost of astromelanin or price of astromelanin? And when is the plan to start it? Answer: the astromelanin information is as follows. The developer told us that a monthly price is 40,000 rubles. 50,000 rubles is a monthly course, but this is the production data that he had. Most probable, there could be changes for production, and that production could be cheaper, slightly cheaper, or to cut costs, but the order of magnitude is there. So I think that it's not going to be more expensive than that figure. So if we make it cheaper, it's going to be cheaper. But actually, I think that even if the price is that product, if the product is effective, this is a market price and it's pretty available. It's not $5,000 or $10,000. It's about $700 per monthly course. When are you going to start sales? Answer: too early to say about that. We need to start production first. The production question is that the plan was to meet today with the developer, and we wanted to talk about production with him. I mean, the time frame to start manufacturing, but he didn't come over and we were not able to discuss it. So theoretically speaking, if the work starts now to begin producing in it's early December, but I think that it's going to take 2-3 months to launch. What about the investment of the intestine product, Vasily? It does not take any investment. It is developed and is being produced. What about the room for balsam production? The equipment is delayed before the mid-January. Some spare parts were delayed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking about the room is now occupied by the previous tenant, but it's gonna leave soon, so it's not well, and there is no maintenance required. Maybe a little bit of maintenance. Is it a how to say product that is like a well, does it work like a sedative? No, it works like that. Magnesium is a salty solution to purify your intestine. I don't know how magnesium works, and I cannot tell you because I'm not a medical doctor. I'll probably get an answer about magnesium, but I think that even if it works in the same way, we need to look the composition. What is the composition of magnesia and that product? A question about deferred payment. I would like to extend my package. The previous packages may not be extended. You can only take new ones. You can only increase packages during the current investment package. So if you buy the 7th investment package now, you could increase it before the end of the 7th package. When it's over, you cannot extend it. What about dividends? Are they going to be paid once a year? Answer: the plan is to pay dividends twice, in July and in January, February. How is it going to happen next? We'll probably leave the same procedure. It could be twice a year or once a year. I'm not sure now. That depends on many things. Aren't there many processes taking place? The balsam production is not there, but you plan to produce new product. No, it's not. There is a dedicated person responsible for every product. I am not in the balsam production now. There is another guy, so I'm helping him. Why are there no new feedback on the balsam? I don't know. There are 3 or 4 people who have been trying to make a feedback, but they have good results. But I don't know why they're not providing that feedback. So Natalia wrote a feedback. Thank you very much for the balsam. I had COVID-19 and it helped. Sorry, it saved me and my family. I know many people who had coronavirus and were using COVID, and the disease was lighter and easier and ended up sooner. What other news about vortex oscillatory technologies? In the start of my webinar, I said that we are getting ready for the funding, and we are now in the contract negotiation stage. As to have a good contract with all the data, to have no problem just going forward, because it's not 5 sacks of sugar. This is a contract for development, production, intellectual property contract, so it's not gonna happen overnight. Vladislav asking, what about the document, the balsam documents? What kind of documents you mean? Because 2 days ago, as I said, there was the entire package of documents was received. I'm going to show it to you. Just a second. This is a folder, Pioneer Company, Consulting and Certification. Well, this is an acceptance certificate for certification. This is a contract, a service contract for certification. And this is a certificate of conformity itself. So this is the product shown here, balsam. serial production. I think you can see it, product, in line with regulations, technical conditions. This is the spray oral balsam. And this is a test certificate. Color, light, taste. Various bacteria and so on. This is a safety certificate. This is an alcohol content certificate, the testing certificate, as well as technical conditions not available, they were not printed out. Do you consider selling the balsam at iHerb, Ozone and Wildberries marketplaces? Yes, we do. Once we have the entire package of documents to be able to officially sell it, I can explain it to you. Because apart from certificates, we need to do a new etiquette design that would be in compliance of that document. So a new etiquette to print it out and to make a new batch with new etiquettes, where the producer is specified, our solar company, technical conditions there, and that batch could be sold officially. So that process is not as simple as it seemed to be, because the balsam that we're selling now says made in Georgia. We will not be able to sell it officially with that etiquette. What about the new product for intestine? Are you going to sell it or to take part in production? Why should we take part in production that is already being produced? There is a company producing it, and we take it by a wholesale price and add it to our e-shop. Apart from the fact that we are an investment company, there is an e-shop, and we will include own products into it, as well as products from other producers that we think that it's worth selling them to, and to create additional turnover using that. If we have this chance, why not? At the same time, our investor would be able to buy the same product in our company, in our e-shop, and not somewhere else, and therefore he could get some points in our bonus program. There is another piece of news. It's being developed now. So the plan is to launch a few New Year packages before the New Year to include not only participatory shares but the balsam too, as a bonus thing. But it's gonna be packages with one-off payment without any deferred pay. I think that today is the 10th of December. Probably after a few days they are going to be available in your personal account, maybe before Monday. What is the assessment of new products? Who is taking a decision? Alex, I didn't get it. What do you mean? What products do you mean? If you speak about the drug that I mentioned today, I took that decision, but the decision was taken based on the expert information in that area. I did not invent it myself. I got information from people who know the stuff, and following that, I tested it on myself. I I saw how it worked, and only after that was the decision taken that this product could be added to your personal account. And one of the reasons why I consider that development and that product is that because I had some wish to purify my intestine for the last 3 or 4 months. So I had this personal feeling, and I often encountered some purification products on the internet, like detox products, and occasionally I came to visit my friend. He's a medical doctor, and he used to be an employee of Sklifosovsky Ambulance Research Institute in Moscow. He told me about that. I was interested, and then you know the rest. How much time do you have to be able to do so many things? Answer: I'm not sure now, because there's lots of work to do. I have a big, notepad a to-do list, and I have a team of partners of many people. We're delegated with some authority, and my friends, my partners, and allies who are helping me, and nothing would be done without them. Will there be a discount for investors for the balsam? Answer: as far as I know, the price in the personal account for investor is cheaper than the price specified at our advertising landing page. Are there any developments that that we don't know about and you're holding negotiations on? Yes, we do have such things. The information will only be provided when there is a plan for cooperation. So if we don't have this understanding and if we don't cooperate, it makes no sense. Do we have enough funding for the projects? Answer: so far there is no problem with the money, but we did not start funding the vortex oscillatory technologies or astromelanin. Therefore, today our funding is enough, but it is going to depend on the future spending. Our investors should help us too to attract new investment, not just buy shares, but we need to spread more information for the people. How much could an open balsam bottle be stored? What is the shelf life? The closed shelf life is 3 to 4 years, but we have to say that the shelf life is 2 years. Otherwise, we may have issues with the clearance. So they don't know why this product could be stored so long. But once you opened it, you need to use it, because air comes in, and air is oxygen, and there is a oxidation reaction. And well, guys, if there are no more questions, I suggest that we should call it a webinar. I wish you good health, and let's get ready for the new year, and all the best to you. Bye bye.